was 20, but I don't know. You reach a certain point, like 3 years is a long time, and it's kind of time to stop playing games, probably. So
Right.
I think at that point you want to be pretty confident, and we had a conversation, and it ended up going the other way.
Do you think that broke your image of like getting married now? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I hope not.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
So at that time, were you taking it serious or were you not taking it serious?
I was. I would have said I was taking it serious.
So were you guys physically active in the sheets?
Oh my God.
We're going there.
How
we're
intimate
not.
how intimate are we getting?
I was
this
a, I
live?
was a good boy. I was good.
Authenticity, breeds security. To be honest, you know what I mean.
I agree with that.
Well, I feel like I'm
need
trying
to
to
be
lead
vulnerable.
tonight with the with
No,
the
that was
booger
great.
thing. So
No, that was wonderful.
booger thing
So you
definitely
said
started
you guys were holding out,
Yeah, we were.
and
So,
so that's good. So a lot of as we know, that stuff can cloud your judgment and cloud your
exactly.
decision
Yeah.
making and cloud whether you know that person is right for you or not, because there's that's kind of a blinder.
Yeah, there's a timing to these things. I agree with you.
Exactly.
Sure.
So I think when I really got serious with Hailey is when I stopped having sex, because it made things super clear to me. I was able to really build that foundation with her, build that trust. Yeah. And so she kind of knew, okay, he's she was able to take me seriously and know, like, oh, if I'm not doing it with her, then I'm not doing it with anybody else. And she kind of got to trust me in that aspect.
I love
so that kind of brought us to the next level.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I think it's great advice.
So number one, no sex. Number two, what's been the greatest thing you've learned in your first year of marriage that would maybe help other people that are, in relationships? Like, is there
greatest thing I've learned is, every relationship's different because certain relationships have like baggage. Some people don't. Hailey and I started years ago, and like we had an on and off thing and had some trust issues and stuff. But I think for the most part, like, consistency and time really shows, and you get to see the person's character with time. When you're consistent and you're walking with Jesus, I think as that person sees you constantly doing the same thing, making the same effort every day, they start to trust that is the person that you are. And in areas where you are growing, they get to see that that's where your head's at, that's where your mind's at, and you constantly are speaking things into existence, and that becomes your reality rather than, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's been super cool, is like making the commitment to, because at the end of the day, it's a choice, right? Like when you get married, it was a decision, and I didn't know, like, you don't ever like no, but like you make the choice, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And
it's totally a choice.
That's what I did.
think that can help a lot of people. It's fully a choice to marry someone. I love what you said about consistency, because it really does build up to create a super safe, beautiful relationship.
Exactly.
But when you're just choosing to be consistent day in, day out, it doesn't really feel like much, but it is. It's everything.
It's everything. It really is. It really is. And I love how, it's in today's society, you have a lot of people who say things like, I said something the other day, like, marriage just keeps getting better day by day. Like, my marriage with my wife just keeps getting better. And you have things in society where people are like, someone said to me, well, you haven't been married, X, Y amount of years, right? And I just don't want to have that attitude. Like, I really feel like my marriage gets better every day. Wouldn't you agree, babe? We got Hailey's attention now. She's off the phone.
Hails!
Say what's up to the crew.
Hey.
Hi.
You guys are coaching David D.
We're trying to give David some.
I listened to what he was saying, because I was like, what is he saying about our relationship right now? I got nervous.
So she's on. She was talking with her dad. It's Stephen Baldwin's birthday today. So happy birthday, Stephen Baldwin.
I'm gonna FaceTime him next.
But no, I'm just talking about our relationship and how, you know, we started off, you know, with some trust issues, you know what I mean? And, you know, what broke those things and got us to realize that, you know, this person is, because we're all work in progress every day. We, you know, we have our blind spots, but like to say, this is the person that I want to be, and I'm going to spend every day trying to be that person for you and following Jesus in the process. And by doing that, he's going to, you know, teach me how to love you better, how to serve you better, how to, you know, be more patient, more kind. And, you know, that's kind of what has allowed you to kind of see where my heart is based on the consistency, you think? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you made a choice to trust that God put us in this, like, put us
I
together.
also just think that, like, even from the beginning, when, like, you know, we first started hanging out from, like, you know, just being friends, progressing elsewhere, and now there's a dog, progressing elsewhere, and then, you know, like, going from not, like, friends to not friends, like, more than friends. I feel like I just always could see. I feel like you let me see a different part of you because we were such good friends, and
For sure.
I was spending time with you in a different kind of space.
For sure.
We were spending a lot of time together, so I felt
sure.
like, regardless of all whatever like stupid decisions you were out doing and making, I felt like that wasn't really what you wanted, just based on the conversations we had
Right.
behind closed doors, and based on the people that were around you and the people who inspired you, like Rich and Judah and all those people who you were like, you know, you knew you wanted the same kind of thing that all of them had.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, JB and Hailey, because I think it's an interesting one. Because there's probably a lot of people watching, and even David D. Because you guys dated, then he didn't date, but then you eventually got married. What? Some people like maybe don't understand, like, or even when we even say that, they're like, "What does that mean?" What felt different after being married? Like, it's more than just living together, and it's more than just having sex. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything you can like speak to in terms of like, did that bring a new level of confidence to you? Like, you felt like,
Well,
because I think that's kind of a fun thing. Because I think
I
marriage is
honestly
a
think
big
one
thing.
thing, like, for us that specifically made things confusing in the beginning is because we were like sleeping together when we were younger. So, you know, obviously that like stirs up a lot of, I mean, I think for me it did. It can stir up feelings and it can get confusing, and you know, it just can make things just harder. So
Complicated.
yeah, it can complicate things for sure. Definitely, because if you're like, we're friends, but we're not friends, but we're
I think
more.
I was always honest with her, though, with where I was at before. And I think that helped because I never made her believe that, like, you know, I was always like, you know, I'm in a place where I'm really not ready to fully commit because, like, that's just not where I'm at. I don't know really what's going on in my life. Like, I kind of wasn't all in with Jesus at the time. I was kind of just trying to figure out my, like, what boundaries I was going to set for myself, what I, you know, kind of what I believed in at the time. And so as I was doing that, you know, Hailey and I were just, you know, that's why sin is just such a blinder and can be such a confusing thing because, you know, it just makes things really messy.
Yeah, I can make. That's what I was trying to say. It's like it made things a little messy, and it was like he wanted to do the right thing, so like we would be together, and we were like dating for a second, and then you know he realized like, okay, this is not what I want right this very second. So then it would, you know, try to go back to like friends, and then we'd be dating again, and then it was like, you know, I'm going on tour, so I take it back. I don't want to be in a relationship right now. But he never lied about it. He never was like, you're the only person for me and I'm going to love you forever. He was always super honest, like, that's just not the place that I'm in right now. So obviously, like, you guys know that we like went our separate ways for a bit because it just got too confusing, I think, for both of us, because we knew we had love for each other, and you know,
So I want to go to David real quick. We're gonna head over to him. What do you think it is for you? Do you think anything's holding you back from? Are you looking? Are you trying to find that special someone? Are you digging this season you're in where you're kind of playing the field?
No, I think I'd be open to jumping in something right now. I think I'm in a good place where I don't feel